Well, it's a pretty morning for fishing, so we decided to go fish before we start our chores. Well, we already milked, but we had to go mess with the pigs this morning first thing. But Aiden got a few bites, but hadn't caught anything yet. I'm fishing with a minnow. We fish for bass and perch, and I'm fishing with a minnow, and Aiden is fishing with a rooster tail. So hopefully we'll have some good luck this morning.
Do you see that? Look, do you see it?
Aiden got a good bass over here. Let's see. Look, this is our elderberries, by the way. They're all growing back, which is a good thing.
It's huge.
Look at this bass. Wow, that's awesome, buddy. All right, we had to pick some okra, another harvest of okra. We've gotten so much okra. Okra is kind of like cucumbers and zucchini and squash. You know, you don't have to plant a lot to actually get a lot. So planting okra, I've got one row and I've probably gotten, oh gosh, 35, 40 gallons off of it. And that's, again, organic, non-GMO fertilization and just trying to keep up with it. But other than that, we make a lot of okra. So today, prepping the garden. So we're going to actually put our silage tarp back over this. Now again, our peas are still not done. They're still, you know, not dried out on the vine. So like these are getting there. You see they're looking terrible, but that's what you want. They're trying to dry on vine, just like if you were seeding anything else. Some of them are drying on vine. Some of them still have a little life in them. So to get that seed, to make sure it's going to be good and fertile for next year, you want it to die on vine. So we've got to let that die on vine. Now these chowder, or these what we call red ripper, these here, you know, I don't know, it's like they've got a lot of light. I mean, they're not producing a lot of peas right now, but the ones they are producing, they're still green. So I mean, I can't cover them up yet, so I'm gonna get enough silage tarp over here to where I can just flip it over. But basically, I guess I'll just leave these running rampant until we can pull enough harvest off of them, and we'll chop and drop them as well. So today we're stretching out our silage tarps, kind of getting them like they're supposed to be, and then kind of measuring out what we need. We're going to go and cover all this right here beside the okra. Then we're going to have enough to cover that spot right there to do the same thing, to flip over the peas when we're done. So just a little piece right there. And then that's still covered. We'll leave it covered because we're not really ready for fall and winter gardens yet for here, because it's just so hot. Now around here, most people start, or not around here, most people start starting their seed starts for fall and winter around July, August, and September. We'll probably wait to September because we're still extremely hot. So we're not going to probably start our seeds in ground until middle of September. So hopefully that won't come back and bite us, because we've not had a really early November in a long time. Coolness there. Our first frost date, I think it's like November 15th for zone 8B. And hopefully it'll be even, you know, it's not a big deal if it's close, but hopefully everything by then will be harvested, like our stuff that needs to be. But like, for instance, our greens, broccoli is about the only thing we have to kind of watch during that time, because other than that, our greens, they winter all year long here because we don't have a lot of frost dates or a lot of snow. So we've got to get that prepped, but before we do that, we need to get this garden rested. Remember, when we talk about pastures and we talk about gardens, the whole process is you're using animals, you're using nutrients that the ground already makes, which is our vegetation here, but then you want to rest. You want to have a rest period. You don't want that grass just to be piling on it. You want it resting. So we've got great quality soil here. We've got great chop and drop here. Why don't we let it rest? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put some silage tarps on it, and then, but first we got to stretch them all out, kind of see what we got, and then we'll kind of decide what we're going to do. I'm going to leave y'all in the shade because you're under the thing here. And for one thing, it actually has a better view of everything going on, but you get to be under the barn and not get put off. Every time I put y'all in the sun, man, it's so hot, it turns my camera off, so it overheats. So we're gonna leave you right here and we're gonna get started. Okay, so we've got all of them laid out. We've got a long one, I don't know if you can tell. Real long one there, and then I got some extra over here. So that'll cover all this easily. And then what we'll do, we'll still have excess. I still have one more roll to cover the pumpkins and the sweet potatoes once they're done. But right now, they still got a while back. I mean, a while to go. So let's get this. Aiden's actually going to the turkeys. I actually got to go help him in just a second cut some turkey feathers because they keep getting out. But we're going to go ahead and try to cover this up while he's feeding the pigs. And then we'll go over there and try to cut some turkey feathers right quick too to try to keep them inside the net right there. All right, feather turkeys are done. Back to the silage tarps. Whew, it's warm, but job is done. So we've left the peas exposed with some overhang on both of these where we can just flip over once we cut it. We got all this covered, and then we got the opening for the okra, which there's enough overflow to cover that. And then we have the peas. Now I have 2 more silage tarps that will go in this spot because that's not enough overhang in here to get all this. So we'll be able to get that once the peas get done. So, man, it's hot. So let me kind of explain why we, again, use the silage tarp and what we're going to eventually get to. Silage tarping is phenomenal. It has been so great. The last 2 garden cycles we've done with the silage tarps have made our quality of growth better, weed suppression easier, better growth of vegetables, for sure. Now, my goal is, as we keep on growing and we keep on doing this style gardening, those silage tarps will eventually be more deep mulch. So we've deep mulched. This is our 2nd or 3rd time to deep mulch, and 2nd or 3rd season to deep mulch and put chop and drop methods in place. The more we add deep mulch, the more we add compost, the more we add great bedding, the less grass we have to deal with, the better organic matter for density and lasagna rows, the less we have to use these, because ultimately then we'll be just mulching higher to where we hopefully will have 12 to 15 inches worth of great organic matter over years. And that's what I'm trying to gain here, to where I'm doing a no-till silage tarp method to one day be no-till lasagna tarp method. And tarp method, just to get it prepped, animals, tarp is prepping, deep bed mulch, and lasagna method and back to Eden style for a lifetime. So I hope that helps. I hope you like our garden. Our garden was booming this year. If you hadn't seen our garden videos, go back and watch our homestead tours, our garden walks, because we had a wonderful garden this year. If you're thinking about garden silage tarps, we have them in our Amazon store from Farmer's Friend on Amazon. Great quality 6-meal silage tarp. I challenge you to get them. They're about $139, I think, for a 20 by 100. That's what I get the biggest rolls so I can cut them down. And we've got about 7 or 8 of them on this whole garden. So we believe in them. We love them. We think they do a great job. If you're not using silage tarps, you need to start. If you're not doing back to Eden style, lasagna style, no-till method, I challenge you to look into it. It's a lot of hard work up front. We're in our, I think, 2nd or 3rd year of doing no-till, and it's been phenomenal. So, guys, I think you'd be pleased with doing this, especially if you're an organic gardener. I think this is the best way to do it, and that way you don't have to worry about weed suppression or even bugs, because again, the earthworms are moving. Chop and Drop's helping compost, and ultimately we're putting more on it as we go. Guys, thank y'all for watching.